Water. Earth. Fire. Air.
Hello, and welcome to Media Canvas, a show in which I consume a piece of media and then review it. Water, earth, fire, air, the four elements of the Avatar universe that can be bent to the will of people in the show, and the four words that sparked a following amongst many who started watching the show. Two siblings find the Avatar and taking on the war that has enveloped the world that grows to be so much more as the story continues. Broken into several different seasons or books, each focusing on a different element, expanding on the characters and connecting them to the audience. The individual episodes capture the attention of the audience on their own, specifically the tales of Ba Sing Se, pushing the individualization of the characters and showing what the show can do with its storytelling, culminating with an emotional tribute to one of the voice actors who passed away during production of the show. To me, the most important part of the show are the characters themselves, and what they do for the audience across The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Never a show to shy away from hard topics, and some might choose to gloss over or ignore in an animated show intended for children on a children's television network. There is an entire episode dedicated to the stress and anxiety Aang feels at having the fate of the entire world placed on his shoulders. Taking on mental health in a way that, going back to it, rings true to me. How he continues to state that he's fine, nothing's wrong. His friends, concerned for him, can see otherwise and do what they can to help Aang through it without pushing him. Other characters have different importance to people based on their own life experiences. I got permission from a friend of mine to share their experience. During the time when the show was coming out, they began to have severe vision problems and had concerns about what could happen. Along comes Toph, a strong-willed and capable blind girl who is not afraid of a challenge. They are connected to Toph, and it helped them through the experience and still feels a strong connection to Toph today. This is because to this day they have visual impairment, and Toph still represents that strong, capable individual they can look to as inspiration. Other characters, like Zuko, take on the challenges that come from abuse. In many ways, his entire arc to the end is purely about this. A sister who despises him, a father who is always disappointed. These things drive him through the story, first as a villain and later through his redemption, as he shows and learns what it means to care about others and truly be cared for and kind. Another hard subject the series does not shy away from, but takes on with a realistic and believable pace. I could continue to talk about all the characters and all the reasons they resonate so strongly with people till I go through the entire list. However, I encourage everyone to watch the series or go back to it and observe these things themselves. Now that I have covered what I consider to be the most important part of the review, we can touch on the other things, like the animation. A show that is heavily inspired by the quote anime style of animation. It has some fantastic visuals. On one hand, it does not have that over-the-top levels of style that some anime have, and keeps it from being completely outrageous, feeling more grounded in reality despite the mystical, almost magical nature that bending has. While at the same time, there are moments where the visuals are beautiful and feel like they belong in such a fantastical world. The finale of the entire show is one of these. When I sit back and think about the shows that inspire me as an artist and someone who's creative, The Last Airbender certainly comes to mind. The cast is very capable. The voice actors must express everything through the way they read the script. Every main character accomplishes moments of emotion with a believable tone and feeling. In my opinion, that's the hardest thing for voice actors to do. Well, some one-off characters don't give the best performance. It never pulls me from enjoying the story. We even got a lot of fantastic memes from the over-the-top Cabbage Man reading. Coming back to the entire series for me was a joy. There are several moments in the show that warrant their own discussions, and many people have made videos on them. From episodes that speak to the viewer all the way to individual characters' importance to the ideas and philosophy of the show. The expansion of the Avatar universe through graphic novels, books, and the sequel series, The Legend of Korra, only add to my enjoyment of this series. Well, some people might not give it a perfect score. I don't want to give decimals or fractions to a series like this. Therefore, my rating for Avatar The Last Airbender gets a 5 out of 5. Until next time.